Hello friends, in this unit we are going to discuss another kind of financial services, that is merchant banking, in detail. Here we will discuss about the concept of merchant banking, its functions, its advantages and disadvantages. So starting with the concept of merchant banking, if we look at the definition of the merchant banking as per the SEBI rules 1992, if merchant banking is defined, or merchant banker means that any person who is engaged in the business of issue management, either by making arrangements regarding selling, buying, or subscribing to securities as management consultant, advisor, or rendering corporate advisory services in relation to such issue management. So basically, merchant banking activities include managing of public issues of capital, including international offers of debt and equity like global depository receipts, American depository receipts, and so on. Private placement of securities, corporate advisory services such as takeovers, mergers, acquisitions, project advisory services, portfolio advisory services, and so on. Merchant bankers require compulsory registration with the Securities Exchange Board of India. While granting registration, the relevant matters considered by SEBI are whether the applicant is a corporate body or not, it has a necessary infrastructure, it has at least two experienced persons, it is not involved in any litigation, it is a fit and proper person in terms of SEBI's fit and proper regulations. So, the primary activity EBC of merchant bank is to provide fee-based advice to corporates and governments on the issue of securities. Merchant banks differ from commercial banks in the sense that they do not take deposits from the individuals or businesses. Merchant banks these days are providing number of other services also, such as financing foreign trade, underwriting of equity issues, portfolio management, and undertaking foreign security businesses, project appraisal, and so on. However, not all merchant banks offer all these services. The functions of merchant banks are very similar to investment bankers. They are often thought to be the one and the same thing. However, an investment banker will also provide investment advice and deal with the securities in the secondary market, unlike a pure merchant banker. So, basically, we see that the broad objectives of these merchant banks are to offer credit services and perform underwriting for its institutional and corporate clients. Additionally, the main objective of these merchant bankers is to help businesses in capital formation by providing standby credit services and underwriting securities generally taken by guarantees. So, merchant banks play a very important role in the Indian financial sector, and the objectives of merchant bankers can be discussed as following. Merchant bankers helps in the creation of capital. Merchant bankers are the forces behind the formation of secondary markets, which encourages the industrial activities in our country. Merchant banks facilitate and boost economic entrepreneurship. They undertake jobs pertaining to the preparation of project reports, conducting of market research, and pre-investment service for the business houses. Merchant bankers provides appropriate financial supports to the venture capitalists. A data bank is constructed as a human resource by them. They are also providers of housing finance. Merchant banks are an important source of seed capital for startup organizations. The area of issue management is one of the core activities of merchant bankers. And another area of merchant bankers is underwriting, since they have an expertise on it. So they perform a number of roles with different objectives in the financial markets. So coming to the functions of merchant banking, the merchant bankers perform, as per the SEBI regulation, performs number of functions. One of the functions performed by merchant banker is portfolio management, where they provide investment advice to the investors to make the investment decisions, and this assistance is provided to the investors by trading securities on their behalf. Further, they help clients to raise funds from the markets with the help of and they provide help to clients in raising finance from foreign and national markets by issuing securities. The finance raised by merchant banks help many business firms in expanding and growing their business activities. Merchant bankers also help in promotional activities, or they perform the function of promotional activities of business in organizations in its initial stages. So basically, it helps the organization to work on their business idea and get approval from the government. Further, merchant banks help its clients for raising credit from the banks and financial institutions through the loan syndication services. Further, merchant banks also provide leasing services and services to the public sector units also in terms of raising long-term capitals through securities and trading securities by the through the merchant bankers. Further, it also helps in money market operations since merchant bankers deal with short-term finance instruments like bonds by the government, commercial papers, and treasury bills by the government. Further, they also act as brokers in the stock exchange since they help in advising their clients about what to buy and what not to buy. So these were the functions which the merchant bankers perform. Further, coming to the scope of merchant banking. Merchant banking covers wide array of areas. Some of the areas covered by merchant banking are portfolio management, loan syndication, underwriting services, management of capital, and corporate counseling. So basically, merchant bankers provide the services of portfolio management since it refers to lowering the risk and increasing the profits by managing the portfolio of the clients. So this is usually used with the shares and debentures only. So merchant bankers give these services to the customers and also guide the customers in selecting the right kind of securities for their requirements or needs. So merchant bankers make sure that they have the latest information in the market so that they can provide and expertise services on portfolio management. Further, portfolio for the merchant bankers cover the area of loan syndications also. Here the merchant bankers are in charge of making a loan available for the borrower who can be anyone from the new company or an industry or a government department or a local authority. So there are number of steps which are required to be taken by the merchant bankers before a loan can be approved for such institutions. So thereby your merchant bankers help in loan syndication services or provide loan syndication services to the clients. Another services which merchant banking covers is underwriting services. This is also one of the important features served by the merchant banks as they give a guarantee wherein by as they give a guarantee wherein by they state that if agreement on issuance of share is lower than the accepted level, then the banks would have to pay the stated expenses. Further, they also cover the area of management of capital where they sums up selling securities, equity shares, debentures, preference shares to the shareholders. The role of merchant banker here is here to make a proper plan and finance regarding expenses for working with underwriters. Another area covered by merchant banker is corporate counseling, wherein the merchant bankers give industrial units where the merchant bankers generally give industrial units, whether it's be a new industry, a new venture, or already set up industries, that how to use these services for a wide range of activities that is namely working capital management, corporate counseling, project management, capital restructuring, publisher management, loan syndication, lease financing, and fixed deposits. So these were the areas which merchant banking covers, and there are different types of merchant bankers in the exist in the market. So some of the types the types of merchant banking we are going to discuss are full service global merchant banks, regional investment banks, and boutique investment firms. So these are the types of merchant bankers. So first one is full service global merchant banks. This category of merchant banks are characterized by their worldwide presence and offering a complete range of services. They are generally large financial entities, the services of which are availed by big companies, generally global giants. For example, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, etc. Further, another type of merchant bankers are regional investment banks, who are referred to as specialty investment banks, and they basically cater to the needs of the clients from a particular region. They possess a specialized acquaintance of the market of that geographical area, and as such are in a position to offer the services according to the demands of their clients. For example, BNB Paribas, SBI Capital Markets. The last type of merchant bankers are boutique investment firms. These are the investment banks of small size, operational at a local level, covering a limited geographical area. They offer services in respect of specific industries or products in which they have an expertise. Their proficiency is in the area of advisory services like merger and acquisition, which makes them much in demand for specific deals. The services offered by them are more in the nature of personalized ones, and at times they try to serve as a partner of their clients instead of being impersonal advisors. So this was about the types of merchant bankers available in the market. Further, there are numerous advantages and disadvantages of merchant banking services. So we will discuss first advantages. If we look at the advantages of merchant banking, we will find that it helps in the risk management, since merchant banking helps in hedging or and it gives insurance solutions to protect clients from the market fluctuation. Therefore they provide the therefore the merchant banking services have the benefit of risk management. Further, merchant banking services give an expertise to the business organization, since they have extensive knowledge of financial markets and industries, which helps them to provide clients with strategic advice and guidance. Further, merchant banks also provide a vast network of contacts, including investors, corporations, and financial institutions, which can help clients identify opportunities and connect with potential partners. Merchant bankers often have global presence, which help their clients expand their business internationally and access foreign markets. On the other hand, merchant bankers also provide customized solutions to meet the specific needs of the clients rather than offering off-the-shelf products or services. Further, merchant banks work closely with their clients over a long-term period, thus establishing a strong and long-term relationships, and provides ongoing support and advices to the business houses. This was about the advantages of merchant banking. Further, looking at the disadvantages of merchant banking, there are certain disadvantages also with the merchant banking services. One thing is that the services offered by merchant banks can be meant for a large corporate clients or smaller business entities with exceptionally rich financial background held by individuals. The cases undertaken by merchant bankers are likely to meet with partial success or in some cases total disaster. The nature of services offered by merchant bankers is fraught with a number of risks implied in their services. This was all about the merchant banking. Thank you, friends.